Hey there, happy day. Give up the ghost to supersize your business. What the heck does that mean? Give up the ghost to grow and build and create the business that you love. How the heck do you do that? What does it mean? Where did it come from? Why would you even want to give up the ghost, right? Give up the ghost actually comes from the Bible, Job 14:10. So it's one of those expressions, one of those sayings, one of those idioms that's been with us for thousands of years. Now, I didn't think that the expression itself, give up the ghost, meant or means much to me, right? I don't think I've ever told somebody to give up the ghost. If something's broken, which give up the ghost means to die or to stop running or working, I would probably be more likely to say, the damn thing's broken, get rid of it, get a new one in here so we can keep going, right? With respect to my business and my life, that's pretty much how I operate. If it's broke and you cannot fix it, just move on to the next thing. Let's not think about it and commiserate about it. Now, when I actually have had some personal experience with this, the meaning of this expression. This expression means, of course, the ghost in this idiom doesn't necessarily mean, well, it does mean to die, but it's not like a dead person walking around after they're dead. It refers to the soul. And it was believed that when, and it still is believed by many, and I guess I would say me included, that when you die, the soul leaves your body. And your body dies, right? This physical carcass thing that we're all walking around in, it no longer exists, but our higher self, our inner being, our soul continues to exist. Whether you believe that or not, it doesn't really matter. That's just what this saying is about. So it's believed that it leaves our body and that we need to give up the ghost, let the soul go, right? Well, what this saying speaks to me and how it speaks to me is in several ways. Number one, I had a death experience, not a near-death experience. I actually died. I had a sudden cardiac arrest and took a couple weeks off from living in a coma. I was revived with a defibrillator and things, and then frozen and all this stuff. They freeze your blood and circulate it through, and revived, right? I woke up from the coma, and I woke up relatively unscathed, relatively normal compared to most people. Most people that have a sudden cardiac arrest do not make it, and of the 7% or so that do, there's only 7% or 6% or something, this doctor said, that wake up and don't have major brain damage. So I consider myself so fortunate, but I did give up the ghost in that experience. And it's not something I talk about very much, but it is something that I have personal experience with. So I guess I do and can relate to this idiom. Now, with respect to our businesses and growing our businesses, what the heck does give up the ghost mean? It means a couple of things. It means, number one, we need to let go of things that are no longer working in our business. Sometimes that's whole businesses. All of the hacks and strategies and tactics and techniques that we're taught and we learn to build a business and grow a business. They work for a short period of time. Sometimes they work. It's like people. People come into our lives for a season, for a period of time. They come for a reason, usually to show or teach us something about ourselves, and then they go, they move on to different things. People flow in and out of our lives. Think about your own life. People have come into it and flowed out of it. We all die. We're all going to leave this world someday. We're all going to die, right? We can agree that every person on this planet is going to die, pass on, transition, whatever you call it, someday. So nobody's going to come into our lives and stay forever. You know, even if you have a long-term relationship, people aren't going to stay forever. People are going to leave us sooner or later. They're going to die. I mean, people are going to die. That's not leaving. It's just transitioning, right? And I like to think of everything as a transition. People moving into and out of our businesses is a transition. Sometimes it's a positive transition. Sometimes it's a not so positive transition. If people choose to leave and move on to something better, I always love that and applaud that. Am I going to miss them and their amazing genius and skills and to be able to work with them every day? Yes. But if they're going on to something bigger and better for them, I am all for that. So we have to be willing to let people and things go, especially things that aren't working. Things that aren't working for us, and then things that aren't working for our customers. If we're trying strategies and tactics that don't feel good to our customers, they're not going to work long term, and so we don't want to do them. If we're trying strategies and tactics and processes and techniques and all kinds of things that don't work for our business and for us personally, we want to stop doing them as well. We want to let them go because they're not going to work for us long term. This applies to everything. It applies to our relationships with our customers, our vendors, our partners, people we might be in business or partnership with, our suppliers, everything. The people that we supply, maybe we're in the middle of a supply chain. It applies to our habits. Sometimes we have and adopt habits and behaviors and thoughts and beliefs that are no longer serving us, and we need to let them go because they're holding our business back from growing and supersizing. So giving up the ghost, letting go of projects and things that are dead and moving on is really, really important for the growth and the development of our businesses long term and for creating what it is that we want. We'd love to know your experience with this, with giving up the ghost, letting things go. I have not always been really good at letting things go. If I look at relationships, I've tended to hang on to relationships and jobs and things much longer than I've needed to. I think we're all different. We're all a little bit different with respect to everything, right? We're all unique and different and special. But I know personally, I don't necessarily give up the ghost easily, and I have to remind myself, hey, if this is no longer working for me, if it no longer makes me feel good, then it's probably time to say sayonara and just let it go. So, love to know what you think about this expression. I would like to know if I can help you in any way, shape, or form to grow and build and supersize the business of your dreams. If I can, hit me up in the comments below. Otherwise, have an absolutely amazing day, and I will, of course, be with you tomorrow with another interesting idiom. What does it mean? Where did it come from? How might you be able to apply it to building the business of your dreams? Have a great day.